pick my brain about good puns or something, I guess.
There's Eragon there. I know you're a Eragon connoisseur.
I used to be really good at Eragon, and then I left the game for a while, and now...
And they couldn't actually stream with GX at the time. Doesn't mean that GX didn't practice at all, but just not at that team level.
Isma already ganking mid lane, forcing Shayak to flash away. Jackies was coming in with...
into Linsa's face here.
It's all as lonesome. Linsa doesn't quite get that small frog, can start to walk away from his, but there's the Impale as well. But with the Weaver's Wall coming in, immediately is a 2v1. Linsa puts up the shield, trying to survive, will flash back into the bush. Shayak with a great Emperor's Divide keeps Linsa on that Pantheon as well. You can see no cams up for Linsa on the bottom side of the map. Niski's looking towards mid here. Jackies with no mana as well, can't put down the Unraveled Earth. And Jackies realizes he is done for. Flashes across the wall, actually might be able to get away. I spoke a little bit too eagerly, but with the Grand Starfall coming in, Jackies is just delaying the inevitable. A spear from Linsa finds the heart, and Jackies Isma going for the gank in the top lane as well as Nako flashes away. Isma will get it with the Aftershock proc. In the end, a 1-for-1.
And who knows how to gank mid lane better than a mid laner himself?
Yesterday, but the question is, can Isma do something here? Can he steal? Jun just ticked over to level 6. They were waiting for that down towards the bottom side. Linsa will get the smite. And Jun, he pops the quickness into the Impale. They're going for Niski. He's only 5 still. True Shot Barrage will connect. Niski has no flash and he's knocked back. Noah takes the kill.
Yeah, sneaky ward put by Jun actually manages to scout out that dragon being done. So even though they were late on the dragon, it's very hard to outsmite the Pantheon with the Q, execute, and the smite. But in the end, they get a little bit of trade back as we get a
good flash from Shayak, and immediately Jun knocked under the tower. Can't dance his way out of that one. Lot flashes in. Grandmaster's Might, the ultimate popped as well as he tries to kill off Nako underneath the tower, looking for that Empower. Does he have enough? He does. Lot with a solo kill.
Yeah, it's just such a big item that he has the Sheen by Lot, helping him in the 1v1.
Smart move all around by Lot. Niski's still only level 5 here. Really wants that Unbreakable Will because he's on the wrong side of a Weaver's Wall, going to get knocked up by Jun. Unraveled Earth coming down as well. Niski, I mean, he's sidestepping as much as he wants, but there's nowhere for him to go. Turned into Beefburger.
While he was walking in the spot while his whole team was in here way too early, and that ends up means he gets chunked.
Got caught out. Shayak caught out as well with the quickness. Will have to dash away, but that's the Emperor's Divide down as well. A little bit greedy from Vitality to step forward into that tri-bush when, I mean, Niski's on the top side, you're not contesting the dragon anyway.
Yeah, and here we see a little bit of the disconnect between Linsa and Niski. Linsa was doing his camp, doing his Gromp.
Ultimate's burnt.
Lot is here again.
Yeah,
he's dropping around so much bot waves here. Look, now Nako is moving up, and the Herald is so healthy. If Linsa doesn't die here, that means that the Vitality is actually going to be able to contest this.
Right, Linsa flashes away, Niski dies for it. As you say, they're still pushing towards Noah. 760 his advantage. He's already at 2 items, whereas Kazi is falling a little short of that. Isma going in, looking for Linsa, will be stunned up. Niski's coming around the side as well. Seismic Shove on Linsa isn't going to do too much, but Niski jumps through the Unraveled Earth, so he's immediately stunned. Flash forward, here's the quickness. Nako with a good flank position. Niski almost falling already. Propels down to 100 HP, killed off by Jackies in the end. Kazi jumping in onto Jackies, but Kazi is dead. Nako doing so much work here, and Noah arrives a little too late. Nako with another. Linsa's falling lower. Noah having to flash across the wall. Nako's still on the chase, but can't get close enough.
So many summoners out, and Vitality just taking so much command in this game.
They are. They're going to be able to take the Atakan as well, as Giant X do get a mid lane tower for their troubles. The big advantage really is for Shayak. You can see 1.2k ahead around the bot side right now. You can see Giant X are looking to try and take this tier 1. Weaver's Wall out, still stunned though as Linsa's looks for the chase. Niski on the wrong side of the wall can hex flash over, but Kazi's been caught out and the Blast Cone knocks it back. No flash for him. The Impale will spell his doom. Shayak TPing in as Niski now has a flank of his own. Noah trying to do everything he can, but Nako puts him in his place. Isma short to follow. It's Nako.
And look at this Gnar. He's doing so much for Vitality despite being shot, and he's doing so much to keep this Vitality in these fights.
You see Lot just trying to get something on the side lane. Should be able to kill off this tower. Now Nako is in a bit of a precarious spot. Could jump the wall here. Jun is spotted on vision. You can see actually Linsa's on his way across as well. There's the quickness. They're going to try and kill off Nako quickly enough, but they just don't have the damage, and now Jun is a mile away from Lot.
He's kiting
so well, and with the stun from the Pantheon, Nako still stands.
He can't keep getting away with it. Oh my god, Nako, he's just dancing.
Cooldown, Nako's the same. Noah's is a mile away, as is Jun's, but Jun has a flank position here and the quickness.
Yeah, this looks good for GX. I think here they're getting pushed off so much and they're so split.
Kazi caught, the quickness going in as well, only onto 2. There's not much damage here from Giant X to follow up, and Kazi's still standing. Isma falling lower, and Kazi's still standing. Giant goes in and shuffles them all back into the waiting arms of Vitality. Giant X saw the engage, but they just didn't have the damage to follow it up. It's a triple for Nako, wacko. Go Giant X as Vitality get the clean ace.
And he's gnarly with it. The setup doesn't matter. And then the shuffle comes out, and it's just beautiful by Vitality. Nako cleaning up Jackie's here at the end. I thought they would give him the quarter kill, but in the end, he's just a top laner. He doesn't deserve. Can we defend this mid two, or can we defend top? And it looks like they can do neither.
Nako is just unstoppable in that top lane. Niski almost caught with the impale, but the chain of corruption going back in. You can see Isma goes pop. No longer the tanky Skarner he once was. Nako gets to keep pushing, and now Giant X is trying to defend in a 4v5.
And Sharik is so cheeky with it. He's playing the mind games with Isma. He walked up and hit the tower, but crucially, he had the soldier behind him, knowing that if Isma went for the flash engage, he could always just dash out to it and get to safety. Really baiting Isma in there. Really well played by Sharik, getting into Isma's head.
Nako spacing as well, jumping away from the counter-strike and from the grand entrance from Jun. Vitality playing 3 lanes as the Nako jumps in, as the Mega Gnar was popped, didn't go for the ultimate, but 2 inhibitors already down from this push, and a minute 30 still left on the Baron for Vitality. This game has exploded.
Yeah, and Lunsas can split push because he has that man drop. He can just play on bot lane, get that wave in while his team is pressuring the base. Look at this, all waves are crashing at the same time. Flawless execution by Vitality with this, trying to crack over this base. Nako, they're on you.
Yeah, at some point Giant X have to deal with the problem that's Nako. They tried to do so, he just walks away. Vitality now have 3 waves pushing in at the same time. Quickness coming out into the grand entrance. Nako's still standing through it all and beginning to win out on the 1v3. The Nexus open. Vitality off to a storming start on the back of Nako.
What a great game to watch, actually. And I really enjoyed seeing Niski's early game, how he tried to integrate himself onto the map. You can see how it can work. You can also see how he's a little bit rough around the edges, but I really like what we saw. A lot of proactivity from Vitality and a lot of soul in that team.
Yeah, we had some Nest quick and some Nest quickly running it down in that game, but as you can see, in the end, it was Vitality who were able to come out on top. Credit to Shayak as well. We talked a lot about Nako, obviously, because of how far behind he was and how he was able to get back into the game.
Yeah.
Just when he was still on a Vitality B in those ERLs.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the Nico pick a lot from Jun, because when you see this team come from Vitality, it's Biscuits, second win, Doran Shield. It's really easy for Cassandra to just walk up, eat the Yasuo Q, and just take the minion.
Isma, not in the better spots here. Twisted Advance, he tried to flash away and get out, but Niski and Kazi are on the chase, and Niski still has the flash. Shadowing Strike did connect over the wall, and first blood goes over to Shayak. He also gets a blue out of that, which is huge for the Rise early game.
He can now EQ all over the map, just run around doing whatever he wants. He's gonna get that Realm Warp enabled soon as well in that level 6. And
it is an easy enough secure for Vitality.
Yeah, look at Isma. He's just got level 5. He's so behind in XP. He's so far away from his level 6. And
maybe they fight afterwards, though.
Maybe they want to look here, but I think this is
Niski's going to be behind them here.
Niski's taking the taxi.
On top of Isma immediately, and Isma falls. Jackie's trying to go between worlds to escape. A lot. Almost catches onto Niski, but the flash away from Niski is just in time. So there was a fight. It wasn't what I expected out of it, I'll be honest. Lots trying to...
This Realm Warp is soon available for Rise to come in there and make magic. So I think here Lyn says, when it comes down to the smite, I think the Maokai Q is just stronger, but it does get pushed out.
And looks like Isma goes over the wall here. Pop Blossom will land onto 2. Noah diving forward as well. Immediately cease and desist on Kazi. There's 1 as Linces falls. Shayak wasn't able to get in the fight at all because Jackie's kept him at bay. Giant X did a great job there. Taking the blue, taking the kill. Shayak still looking for that damage, but continues to poke and prod at Niski. Jackie's waiting in the bush. Vitality might actually challenge this. Linces came across early. The Drake's still there. Flash forward. Pop Blossom coming out. Jun's going to find 2. Counter TP being used by Lot. And immediately with the cease and desist diving in, this is doing is buying more time for Kazi. You can see Noah and Jun trying to get back towards that top lane, but Kazi, remember, 6 grubs is absolutely shredding through this. Nuko dashes in again. There's the Magnustorm. No last breath from Nuko. Looking for the knock-up. Isma going in. Noah dives in with the killer instinct as well. Nuko trying to dance his way around it, but he had a couple of chances to use his ultimate, and he didn't take either of them. In the end, he'll fall. Kazi should
back into the game, getting back into control, and now they've kind of equalized the position that Vitality had early. The 1.5k goalie that Vitality once had is now null and void, and they're kind of...
Noah. Oh, flash forward. Cease and desist going in as well. There's the Magnustorm. Kazi was tanking the tower, but not for long enough. Isma is going to fall to the Ignite. He'll die to it in the end, but an incredible Pop Blossom catches too. Chayek's TP'd in. Lince's flashing forward. What are you doing, man? That was a tree with a death wish. His bark, much worse than his bite.
And there's a bunch of get by
fruition as they will use it in the mid lane. This should be the tower.
Oh, look at
Niski's looking for a flank position as he works his way in. Does have the Magnustorm and has the flash. Where you going, Niski? Finds 2. It's only Isma and Lot though. Pop Blossom going down only onto Niski. The chase comes in with the Nature's Grasp on the Windwall, keeping Niski alive. On the front line, it's Lot. Last breath is his, but Nuko falls as well. 2 so far over to Giant X as Niski fell to the Between Worlds. Chayek and Kazi trying to put the damage down, but they just don't quite have enough.
Oh, and this is the problem with Yasuo.
Those turrets for a little while at least. For the moment, though, Vitality able to hold on. You can see they've actually brought Chayek down from the top lane with that wave pushing out. Niski looking for the engage. Magnustorm, Pop Blossom, 3-man knock-up. Chayek with the Realm Warp gets away from Lot. Noah's already on a rampage as Jun is able to escape towards the backside. Kazi falling low as well as Noah gets another kill. Dashes away with the supercharge. Now Vitality, to remember, strong. Have to fight against the powers of Giant X. Chayek going in. Lot rooted up for the second. Nuko there as well, but can't quite get close enough. Jun is low, Jackie's about half health. In the end, a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Giant X.
Yeah, that could have been very scary for
Vitality doing what they want to do.
Yeah. It also comes down to the Yasuo pick, not really being able to do much in the team fight. But
Chayek flashing forward, Niski going in as well. Chayek and Niski on the same page. They get the shutdown. Beautifully played from the Vitality mid laner, who is yet to die this series, I will add. Went 1-0-10, I think, in the first game. Now 3-0-2 on this rise. TP coming in from Nuko. Look at the flank position from Isma, though. He's going to get behind them. He's going to be spotted on a ward as he goes forward. Nuko able to dodge away from the root there. 12,000 on the Uttercut.
Wow. And what is better than 1 mid laner? 2 mid laners! Vitality does start off this Atkan though, and then it is a sketchy position to be in because that Atkan is shredding all your stats. And it's really hard
for the steal. Last breath on Isma. Able to get there for the smite though, but it's secured by Linces. And Isma dies afterwards. Chayek has the false life to keep him alive. Jun dived on as well by Nuko, who's looking for more. Wind wall up. Last breath for Noah. A beautiful fight for Vitality. Absolutely out of nowhere.
Screw your side lanes, screw your drafts. We have hands. Vitality got a great smite by Linces and great dancing by Chayek. They do so much right. And what a great fight by them.
Nuko just gonna win this? He's got the false life. He dodges away through the Krugs. We'll heal up from them again. He's going for more. He's like, mate, you can have 200 gold if you can pry it out of my cold, dead hands. We'll take the tower instead. Jackie's forced away now. Baron started for Vitality. Jackie's doesn't have the TP. Oh, this game has just absolutely flipped on its head.
And GX, how do you fumble this? You had the teamfight comp, you had the goal lead, you had the dragons. It was all in you. Literally my reaction.
And now Vitality just shoving forward. Remember, 6 grubs picked up earlier in the game. They will take the mid lane inhibitor tower. They're looking for more. Nature's Grasp coming out. Lot's going to be rooted up by it. The twisted advance as well from Linces into the last breath for Lot. Kazi takes the kill. And now 2 waves pushed in, didn't even need the 1-3-1. The 5-man Protoss A move is all you need for Vitality.
Turns out pushing towers is pretty easy with 6 grubs and a Baron and a split push comp. They get 2 inhibs, now they're just gonna reset. They're gonna walk back out on the bot.
Backed away, the Drake will be secured. They want to make sure these waves can't all crash at the same time. You can see the pings coming out onto them, so Jackie's is gonna go deal with top, Noah's catching mid, bot wave still lost. With Nuko pushing in mid, there's going to be 2 prongs of pressure here for Vitality. They have lost that Baron buff. It's expired. Pop Blossom in. That's 3. Chayek has the stopwatch though, and the Nature's Grasp coming out. Chayek should be able to survive for a long time here. Who's locked in here with whom? Chayek begins to open up, and Nuko's looking for the flank position as well. Realm War forward. We're going in, baby! Immediately engaged. There's 2. Make it 3. Make it 4. Only Jackie survives, and all he can do is put on his dancing shoes and bounce around, as in the end, he's put 6 feet in the ground.
And the rookies of Vitality are insane! Shayak just holds his ground and just machine guns away. 400 CS, don't be Rise hack. He does not waver, he does not crumble, and he holds his ground towards the onslaught that is GX.
Vitality in dominant fashion, 2-0. They breathe life into their spring split with an impressive start to the season. The question is, will it continue? For Giants X, 0-4 in 4 games. Disappointment. This game, the game 2 against Fnatic, victory was there, it was in their hands, but they just couldn't get over that final hurdle.
Yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking to see. I think GX had a really good moment.
We've definitely seen before,
we have.
But I swear it was used specifically into Gnar because of his relatively short range comparatively to Annie in the top lane. You could just kind of out-trade him, out-see, but like that alone is an incredible feat to take down Caps in a final. But anyway, we find ourselves at the beginning of spring. The expectations have shifted, and the bot side of the map.
Target might be in trouble. Ignite's going to be the return. It's a flash. Mystic shot aimed down the line. Super's first blood. Police response, though. Quick Supreme is Jojo in the 1v1. Vladdy under his own turret, and Jojo can't step forward. Vladdy's flash is held for now, as Jojo came very close to overshooting the mines. Thoughts? Elyoya's moving into position with Kana getting it pushed on wave. But look at the size of this wave.
The stun is going to come through. The CC combo is terrifying.
Yeah, what can you do? You're up against the wall in there. You will stay. Kana flashes, but it's met by Elyoya. The burn's ticking down. Somehow Elyoya hasn't gotten the kill yet. The rock, though, will seal the deal. And with the minion wave in front of the turret, that is a double whammy.
I mean, for a successful gank and it doesn't pay off, then there's an extra camp that you get to clear. And power farming on this Lilia is going to be crucial when it comes to the mid-game, and just the mobility that you're going to have playing around.
Look how cocky Kalista is, though. In front of his turret, he might pay the iron price. I mean, the Ignite ticking over the potion just in case. And
Alive. Wave in a bit of an awkward spot. He's going to be forced to push that one out as the resets come through.
Jojo snap back. I love that. Again, action keeps pursuing. Vladdy with a sidestep doesn't have to do anything more. The Impale stolen away before an Impale of Elyoya's own is in the way. Abscond abducted, and Elyoya's Scorpion live comes to a crushing end. Yike there to help seal it.
Nice out.
6 grubs for a Gnar inside. Always feels good, while at least Drake stacking starts with a Cloud. And a Hextech coming up next. Kana using this time to just get some turret plating for his own. Pull back some of the gold as he engages on Targamas. A good bop away, sets up a Vladdy to maybe hit him, but in trouble as Targamas, he flashes away, no ulti, Impale stolen, but not taken. Asleep is Yike, finds someone behind the wheel as Alvaro is the fate sealed on the back, opens up a Targamas again. Vladdy has to flush away as KC, even up against their own turret, are getting threatened by Jojo. A clean re-engage from Koi to get themselves back in the game. KC will have mid-prio for the time being. Super gets tagged out, but KC waiting to pull the triggers as Vladdy and Jojo pulling it out. There's a fate sealed onto one target. If Vladdy gets away from this, it's a big ulti not to have for the fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot used, and
Alvaro! Targamas behind enemy lines. Elyoya running away, but he's caught something. I didn't know cows could swim. Targamas still alive with the unbreakable will as the Scorpion's being run into him, but trample out with a long chain line. A trade for now, but Jojo's taken down by Yike. The deer has got spirit, and now a new target. Super and Alvaro together, but for Lilia, that's a dream come true. Down for the Quadra, and down for KC's exceptional fight.
Yike, it's popping off. A fight like this where it's scattered in multiple skirmishes.
Same idea!
Oh, Yike though. Oh, it's hunting season for Koi.
It is indeed. I tell you what, Venison might take sides, but the kiting away has been good. Not one, but two is three-man again. Carter's just doing it again. His Gnar always finds the wall, and Yike always finds the kill. Koi will no longer be fishing. I think the rod's broken, as Khan's got a new target, Elyoya, right in front of him, and nothing that this Scorpion can do. Yike just moves into vicinity, and KC are now styling. Again, was one singular play. Now for KC, looking to continue pushing mid. You can see Vladdy up in top. Dragon's been up for a while, but Targamas has got something in river. There's a one-man lilting lullaby onto the Scorpion. It's going to set up with Chains of Corruption as well. The damage is disgusting.
I mean, beautiful setup with the CC as well. Keeping Elyoya locked. Might be in some danger here. Trapped underneath this tower. Super goes for a 1v1.
He does indeed. Kalista's low on mana. How much does it matter here against the lethality bar as he kites away? Super gets poked out, and another arrow to fly through as Vladdy just takes a free kill. Doesn't press anything. but his rocket belters. Bloody now that he's here wants to go for a little bit more. Mirwan's going to get tanked up and sent in, and Yike, you can see, is once again looking for another ankle, but lilting Lullaby Fate Sealed is blocked by Bloody getting into melee range. Chain Lash won't connect in part 2, but debuff. We need Mirwan to really set it up and spike it down, but they're not going anywhere near. Koi just going to move away, and that's Eragon for free. And GA version as well for KC. Start playing some of these dives. 2,700 between jungle, 1k for top, 1k for Kalist between him and Super. And second Dragon for KC, also going to be piled on that welcome bundle.
Oof, I mean, it's a rough one for Koi. I think they made the wise decision. You'll notice their itemization. Second. So now they find themselves at a pivotal moment. No Dragon for 4.5 minutes, Baron in 2.5. Within this time frame, they need to mitigate what advantages KC can find. Oh,
nice.
That is just a solo kill.
It is indeed. Well, guess what? It doesn't count because
This Lilia is what we in the
misery business talk about. Kalist losing his Edge of Night, but Elyoya gets nowhere near him. Meanwhile, looting Lullaby catches two by the toe, and now Alvaro not going to get bowled over, but Yike steps up to do a little bit more damage as he runs away. The Ignite's going to be enough to tick and send him far as Jojo at half HP with a poke from Kalist. KC, the B comes out. And even Vladdy fighting top turret will go on to Mirwan. I mean, this is a solo kill territory. And he sends out Tibbers, but Tibbers in response. But you're going to get your answer before Vladdy ends up dying. One Tibbers now, two onto the rip. Gets a little bit angry, and Super's going to get the bear. Beware. Boy, run to the base, and they have to heal on up as their inhibitor in top. As
They did push for an inhibitor in top lane, and Vladdy tried to outplay 2v1.
Yeah.
Aside from that, and ooh, is that a Yone that is out of position?
It is indeed, and Targamas is going to make it so. Nice little trample up. Can they kill the cow? Targamas gets in the way, and Unbreakable Will's going to buy him a bit of time. Even if he dies here, he knows it's going to be an end-up trade, but he's not. Targamas is out of the way, and Kalist takes the kill with that punish as well. Baron is right below.
Perhaps Elyoya can get a steal if he can. There are options, but I don't think Casey's going to make it very easy for them.
Elyoya pulls something out of the hat. Now, what I tried to say is Targamas flashes forward with the Polarizer. He's got to pull a miracle out, but a lilting Lullaby ×3. Super's going to cleanse it away, but Vladdy has an Impale to add more CC. Mirwan flashes as well, and although it looks like it's going good for Koi, 1, 2, 3, count with me, everyone at home, that's 4. That's right, you're learning to count all the flashes that KC took out of Koi, running away from this Baron.
The goal difference is just too big. Even though they get the kill onto Targamas, it's not enough to turn the fight in their favor. But Elyoya has not given up yet. The TP comes in from Jojo.
Send in the Hail Mary, what else can you do? But Yike, now without Zonya's maybe a little bit more vulnerable, but the almost level 16. Lilia sits on the Baron and waits for his moment. On to Jojo, the burn is enough with Kalist, poking and ranging. Mirwan lucky to be outside of that enhanced quiver. Blue team has indeed taken Baron. That's 9k, that's Baron, and that's KC looking to put the nail in the coffin of game number 1. Mirwan gets out if only just Targamas had his unit, but not his collision. Vladdy has found Super, and it's not going to end here. That's an electrocution as Vladdy finds kill number 3. Of course, with Red Buff and KC are doing something on the other part of the map. Look at the inhibitor turret, rather Nexus turrets from Kana, as he's taken him himself. Inhibitor's going to be exposed. Bot turret is going to come up next, and Koi, the fire just won't go out. It's a 12k gold lead because structures are falling every 10 seconds. Make it another one, and now Koi on their last defense with an Impale taken out. It's Impale for Impale, a little bit janky that takes Vladdy out in the end, but Targamas is re-engaged. He's going to make sure that Alvaro will drop 2. KC running into the base, 4 members, Baron behind them. Koi have got 4, but it ain't the same. The ambulance is definitely called for the right team, and Jojo's poked out. Kana's ulti is brilliant, and yet again, KC are filling us with hope. The region is looking at this team in the same vein, and in game 1 against that mighty fish, they've got a spear in hand.
KC with a very solid game 1 performance. It was chaotic in terms of how the early laning phase was going, but Yike just popped off. That first team fight was all it took for him to run away with the game.
Game 1, but game 2 is coming up after this between KC and Koi.
Really can find those advantages if they look to try and play through mids. On the top side of the map, I just generally believe in Mirwan's lane phase. I think he's a very reliable laner. To do this, I want to remind people of how these teams... Ooh, I might not have time for that as KC have set their sights onto Jojo.
And it's a flash handshake. It's not going to connect though from Targamas. He still gets some damage across the autos. Important as Vladdy sets up with a perfect execution and a perfect balance for first blood. Flash over the wall. Outro's getting out of there because Jojo's now dead.
The return on the gank investment from earlier paying off as Vladdy secures a kill onto Jojo. Largely a solo kill.
Yike's probably going to be coming bot sometime soon, right? Or excuse me, rather, Elyoya. Yike is hovering. Elyoya's coming for a dangerous path. Jojo's coming over a ward as well. They know a gank's happening, but Targamas is almost dead before the play starts. Arrow at melee range won't get much of a stun as MKOI there in front of Kalist, who flies to the wayside, being shoved down, and even though he'll be bailed out, there's no reset on the horizon. Yike has to abandon the play, and Koi find the double that they sought after. Is it going to be a kill though? It's just Mirwin getting out with an ult for all.
A kill over to Super as well.
Oh God, hasn't really gone anywhere off the back of it. I mean, 500 in the lead.
Vladdy.
Kills are important, as you said, as Vladdy's going to set up for one of his own onto Kana and Mirwin. Getting involved in their lane. Shuriken Flip doesn't connect, but at least the damage does. Vladdy secures it. Kana gets out after
They want to fight this. They have the Ash Arrow. All the ultis are up.
For the hostile takeover, the arrow, as you said, comes out, but the dragon is smoking down as Kalist is just yaunched on by Super and Jojo. He didn't even get a chance. The dive, the burst, the pick worked out nice for Koi. Is now running after more members. Targamas in a choke is going to be between worlds. He handshakes and says, no, I'll stay in this one. Flashing over the wall, escapes the turmoil. Everyone who I've just, you know, the glass cracking. That's kind of how I see that one there. Dragon starts on bot side, but Jojo and Vladdy going to meet up for the time being. Seismic Shove connects and sets up for some good poke damage, but Vladdy's okay for now. Jojo tries to clear the wave, but that was mega clean from Vladdy. He's not going to take the Shuriken Flip back in. He takes his ulti out.
Stealing away the blue buff. Looks like that's going to be the game plan for now. Oh, actually, maybe they're looking for a play onto Kana. He's out of position here.
It's a nice ulti from Kana, though, to get out before he gets in. And now, with Lacerate, he gets some distance as Sterix Gage comes in and try to get him under Tara, but no cigar. Super has to ulti in, but Kana's still healthy enough. Q's out. He's going to get bailed out, but still dead. Elwoya makes sure of that one. Well, Koi's die eventually works out, but KC on the run. Teleport defensively. Koi going to have 5 members. KC still thinking about it. Can we? Can't we? Betty, what do you think?
I think that it's a very difficult play to force. In fact, KC may be the ones overextending.
Maybe they are. Vladdy's the first port of engage. He's seismic shoved. He's kept in place. He's bailed out, but no execution. Yike as well. As Quiet punished the over-aggression. KC thought, oh yeah, we'll give it a crack, but you're not Dagda. Indeed, KC falling at the whim, blown apart. A massive mistake from our first stand finalist.
It's an ace for Koi. Just like that, they've blown the game wide open. It felt like after getting that pick, getting the Eragon on the top side, it was KC's game.
3.5k gold lead after that massive ace, after those picks that launch him into control in this game. They are not letting this go. They want to fight once again, and Alvaro sets it up with a dredge line. Vladdy's coming from a flank, but Targamas is burning the midnight oil. Down and down he'll go with Super. Finds Kalist in backline. The international lady carries no more, and Super reigns again. He finds his target, and now for KC, they'll find nothing but Kaufman with nail, 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 and Yike, the final one through the heart of it all, will drop as well.
Alvaro has landed so many crucial...
Elyoya's going to accompany him. Jojo looks for a bit of earth onto Vladdy, pokes him out. Yike still trying to play it sneaky.
I see you!
Dredge line not going to connect though. Yike is just going to walk this out for now, but Jojo, all he needs is a seismic shove, set down the rocks, and ulti set out from Yike to survive, but he's dead in an instant. Dredge line not going to connect, and Super gets that kill. Yike tried to play, but he got outplayed.
That should be an easy Baron. No jungler available for KC. Koi looking to bring us to a game 3. They were able to do this against G2 yesterday, but they found their footing here in game 2. And now they've taken firm control. Baron is going to be uncontested, I feel.
Yep.
No smite, no stealing options. A tower, I should say, on the other side. And now they've set their sights onto Vladdy.
They have indeed. He tried to just get deep in the way. I'm not sure what he's doing here, in fact. His depth charge will make it an easy connection. Seismic shove makes it a bounce house. And all in all, Vladdy just gets erupted by Jojo. He's had a good lane in both games. And I am glad to say, it looks like we're going to get our second game 3 of LEC Spring. Pushing sideways as objective bounties are available. But Yike, as he tries to drag mid-wave, is playing with fire himself. He runs into Mirwin. I'm not sure if he knew he was in there, but Arrow buys him some time, and Yike is going to run for his life, but yes, he is indeed dead. Baron is up, and that's going to be a free.
Bot tier 2 is at the very least something. But now with this Baron, that should be enough to allow for MKOI to begin their siege and look to try and end this game.
Surely 10k and Baron.
Sure.
That's enough of a lead. Now.
Oh, they're going to get Dragon as well. All right.
Okay, why not? You know what? Yeah, get it. Let's have a fight. Well, I'd love a fight. No more passive League of Legends. Let's get it. All right, Mirwin on the flank, sees Kana, Kana sees Mirwin. That's done and dusted. 4v4 through the river as Vladdy finds an angle onto Super. Remember, they're 10k gold down, and Super shows it to Targamas. Jumping in, Vladdy does a good job, as Kana's ulti's not too bad itself, but maybe it is just a wallet dip in the end. It would look good if they were even, but KC way too far behind. All Hail Marys thrown out, and now game 3, we're well on the way.
I mean, Super just makes it so difficult for Vladdy to find any assassination attempt. The moment that Vladdy found the flank, Super dotted to the other side of the team fight, creating so much space between him and Vladdy, allowing him to get that kill onto Kalista. They lock down Vladdy, get the kill onto him, and they're looking to bring us to game 3.
And we're starting to get an answer. We ask, can fish climb walls? Well, if they are blue, they sure as well can try. We're going to a game 3 after one massive team fight. That was a slow burner, but KOI got the fight in them here. They try and get revenge for winter playoffs.
KOI will find their first win of the year against this iteration of KC, and it was a much needed one. Single round robin, best of 3. These matchups against the top teams are important when it comes to fighting for playoffs, and so a win for both sides is going to be important as we get closer to game 3.
Well, a game 3 we are, though, in a best of 3 fearless. This is what comes out of the hat here as we throw to Shox, who's standing by somewhere. Where's the camera?
A bit confused about this draft, only because I think Elise, MF, very powerful 2 versus 2 lane, but I do agree with what the desk was saying, that this bot lane hasn't been traditionally a fairly short range AD carry. Well, Elyoya repeat gank in the top lane.
Oh, nice sidestep, Kana. Still gets bodied for a little bit, and Kana's going to try and take the 1v2 on. Elyoya spears up as we look towards mid. Targamas is back and just dead. Oh, whoopsie! I thought he could turn into a spider. Maybe he thought the same too.
Jojo with a huge outplay, has supposed to find advantages. This Elise that's supposed to be running around the map finding picks is not finding anything right now.
Not stopping there. Movement speed given. Elyoya flashes in, but is there damage enough? Body slam, and now ulti sent out. Mirwin almost died. That caught me off guard. The damage from Kana was close as Yike tries to finish the job. He's got a trigger seed. He's got a bubble. The flash away from Mirwin. He buys time, but the Ivan doesn't do enough damage. Elyoya's just got the spear out. Another Q'd in with the trigger seed should be enough. Elyoya puts the shield up. Yike came in to save the day, but he's almost dead with a spear through his heart. KC's early game is a disaster.
The healing.
3 winning matchups each and every game.
Oh, hang on. There's the ulti.
It's a good response, isn't it? Kana's caught out. Explosive card, fantastic body slam on top of that. Kana, his flash still isn't up and available, so the timing is perfecto. I can't say that in Spanish as Super's getting dove now. Misfortune ult sent out. A flash is a whim. Super dies. Kalista gets one back. First kill on the board for KC.
A much-needed kill for him up for success. You can see that first item quickly on its way soon. The recall going to come through, and there is the Bloodthirster looking to be secured.
Ivan, Yike gonna find him. Good little setup with the trigger seed, and the ulti comes out straight away. The Cowstorm doing damage and zoning off as Alvaro just jumps into a cocoon and almost dies. Severing Bolt is helping, but the burn almost does it itself. Alvaro I'm talking about is gonna get away from Yike's auto attacks as Daisy comes down. Strength don't mean much. Keep that between you and I, chat, as Kana and Yike are chasing down Mirwin. Not going to find the stun up, but Kana launches on Hammer first as this makes it 2v2. Elyoya once again. He's always top lane. That ulti just targeted here as Yike is not taking enough to deal. He flashed away, but it's to a Chaos Storm. KOI looking to charge forward as the body slam flash is cute onto Kana with no mana. Mirwin dies, but with his dying breath, autos down. Targamas will take the shutdown. And it's a 2-for-1 in top, while meanwhile through mid, Kalista has to flash away. On the hunt also popped as KOI is just not slowing down in this game.
KOI knowing that their skirmish power is just that much. But the response from Elyoya's ultimate meant that he could join the fray, and with the arrival of Jojo, but now Super the target.
Yeah, he's waiting for spell shot. I believe it's up and available. Good save by Alvaro as Boomerang Blade comes out. Kalista in a bit of trouble now as well. PTA has already put out a rather lethal tempo. They're just breaking him apart. Great engagement and shut down to a Sivir at minute 15. But the 0-3, yeah, whose feet is it going to be? Because even though, yes, feet go down, MKOI bring their own version of their shoes, and Kana's in a lot of trouble. Chaos Storm comes down again. The Redemption not going to heal him up enough, and he's just sent packing. Elyoya kill number 3, and that's 4 deaths for Kana. It's a good streak for KC, trying to move to contest, and they've been good on objectives so far. It's been the one saving grace, but Alvaro now with the quickness sets up and finds himself a Kalist out of position. Elyoya jumps on his position, the spider comes down and dies. That's what you do. You step on them as the bullet time is hitting air. I think that just hit me. Kana running for his life. Jojo's found him though, and in front of the dragon with the slow. Kana will not be re-entering. Elyoya set that play up beautifully, and MKOI, a momentum-based team, is what you can take off this series.
They are just winning scrap after scrap, fight after fight, and they're going to get their first dragon of the game. They're likely going to convert it into a tower as well.
Ow. As you said,
Same thing here again, and you can see the best of 3 format really benefiting MKOI.
Can indeed, with some of that versatility to watch top laners battle it out. But look at the positioning. Yike and Targamas trying to bait in, but on the hunt, it's going to give Alvaro some movement speed with quickness, following up. But a Pantheon to fly, and Elyoya looking for someone to die. It's Bloody with Chaos Storm erupting his body. An electronic feast for MKOI, running down 11-2, 21 minutes in the game, and KC unsafe. Bullet time clears the wave and buys some time, but Herald's there in front, and it's going to be an easy charge.
I'm loving the aggression from MKOI. Flash from Jojo, flash from Super, all to try and get themselves away at this tower. Kalist going to use his mobility to wander his way over.
They're going to teleport. Kalist is flashed down, making it rain for the time being. Super takes some damage, spell shields out. Elyoya ulties in to try and save it, but he's gone too far. Kana with the punish as big as Alvaro helps out his jungler, but Kana's able to withstand for now. Mirwin also caught out. No! MKOI, you can't do it again. 2 members dead. Picks from KC, and it does feel like MKOI should not have thrown that away.
Oh, I mean,
no.
I think that they
have to offer as we get towards this mid to late game. As MKOI going in deep, Kalista's found him. Onto Elyoya, Yike is there. Great little root caller as well. Elyoya flashes away.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Yike has got him spiraling despair. And right now the MKOI fans will also be going down that spiral. A shutdown. Atakan's there. MKOI are throwing away this lead.
Going for Eragon. Baron is alive. I wonder if they're going to be ambitious and go for both objectives. Targamas going to try and keep Mirwin away. The mid tower will fall. You'll notice the Jojo pushing in the bot wave as well. He has teleport available.
Super thinking about what he can do, maybe just getting the push in and then leaving early back from Bloody, while Eragon's still going to be taken down. GA version given over to KC. Baron's also up, but they're not going to be that ambitious. Elyoya's up in 10 seconds, and Kalist just moves up, gets a turret, and pushes down. Kana, meanwhile, though, he's got the GA, remember. Jojo can't do too much more.
For Kana as well, getting a bit of a change on this patch.
Mega big as the Dawn Core as well for Yike. Third up.
Alvaro.
It's a great engage, though. Ignore that. Casey have blown apart. Jojo's Chaos Storm takes the rift, and Super takes Flatty. Yike running for his life. Elyoya flew in, but Koya back. 2 kills, a big.
Until the threat of the soul on the side of KC, and Jojo, look at this angle.
He is indeed playing it, but he's right into a bullet time as set up with the Chaos Storm zones off Flatty. Jojo trying to get into his Alvaro once again, but he's interrupted. Great little root caller. KC are kiting back, and I'm worried here, but Mirwin brings my ward to naught. Yike survives for now as, hang on a minute, Elyoya is down, and Jojo's caught out as well. Yike's dead. In goes Alvaro again, but the poke's still there. KC are playing it back. A messy fight. Koi, what are you doing? KC just took every donation possible as Kalist walks back from Super. The only left angle to be studied right now. KC are moving into mid, unaware of where this guy is. Mirwin could make or break the game. Set up from Alvaro. They've caught out a spider. Stepped on his she. Now Mirwin again. Explosive cast doesn't work out. KC have found Alvaro as well as the ulti comes in, and Koi again. They're cooking too hard, too fast. Elyoya has to flush out, and KC have withstood. Super gets poked out as well with Kalist Auto. Koi have their jungler. Targos might be dead, but no Rakan is big.
The HP is way too low for Koi. They can't stick around here. Both Kalist and Bloody are full HP. They have the Ivan utility as well.
You can see Jojo's getting poked out bloody ever so relevant. The Eye of Sauron remains.
Kalist is right, just focus Elyoya.
He can't stand into it. Elyoya, as you said, is just taken down. KC now with an opening to bring the series back. Dragon number 4, it's theirs. There's no smite. And Koi again. This game, it's like they've got butter on their fingers.
I mean, Baron is now going to be started off, and Koi have just completely thrown this game away.
They have indeed. Let's be real with it. I mean, KC, there have been some fingertips, but it is very true. Koi mind-controlled into now flipping an almost 6,000 self. This is the power of having someone like Kana, Yike by your side as well. One misstep and Koi are going to die here. Daisy follows through, number 7. Get in the ring. There's a pick off as Alvaro pulls up the quickness as well. KC though, take him in an instant. Kana comes in for a flank. Jojo drops the Chaos Storm, but look at Kana's setup. His damage now hurt. Runs through the end of the gravity field. The bullet time's down, but it won't matter. KC get another turret.
KC hours remain.
Oh my god.
Kalist, look at how he walks up with confidence.
Yeah, nice strike. Does flash away though. Elyoya ultied in again. Not in a great spot. Explosive cast not great either. Koi is caught out frontline. Target mistake to kill as Kana is one-shotting almost into the rotation onto Jojo Pyun. Wait for the accelerated shock blast. He steps up to the turret too, and KC are now in the base. It's funny how much control Koi had in this game, yet KC's base stands and Koi's does not.
I mean, the last...
Severing Bolt almost in range, and Koi, the poke is now so real. They can't even walk near them. There is no 5v5.
They're being shepherded. The damage come... Oh my goodness, Mirwin down to 50.
Making it rain again, the Severing Bolt, and Daisy gets involved. 6 versus 5 ain't fair. Mirwin cannot play.
They navigated the team fights better than their opposition, and they will be rewarded for it. Elder secured for KC. And the next...
Pressure it still provides. It'd be easy to get up to the side lanes as well. This is what they don't tell you in League of Legends Rift School. How annoying it is to fight against Baron.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, watch. So he's going to hit the tower. 3 hits? Okay.
Oh, Betty, it's wrong. 4. Bullet time comes out again. Super chunk to half HP. Yike just zones off. Another inhibitor gone. Thank you, Mr. Red Bull, as Kana TP's in. This Baron power play won't last for long, will it? KC are running it down and in such a good way. Koi had this game in the palm of their hands, but now next time just hit by Kalist. Raw duty, this guy is on. Remember, they have a GA. Just on Kalist, he can run in again. Elyoya popped up by Daisy. Flush from Yike. No GA is necessary because it's a wipe. The blue wall somehow crumbled a bit in the early game, but it stands strong with their return after first stand.
It was a close one. Things were quickly falling apart for KC as the early game from Koi was looking monstrous. But a couple mistakes from Koi, a couple poor team fights, and KC was quick to punish. You can vote for your key player of the series, Kana, Yike, or Kalist, all very valid options. But what a nice comeback.